What? We literally, okay. We sat and we watched this movie and we just let this happen. We just let a random rat control a man and we didn't even question it.
You know how to cook, and I know how to appear human.
What do you mean, appear human? What? Okay, maybe he's just joking because he's clumsy. But what if he's not? What if he thinks he's joking and he's really not joking? And he really isn't human or wasn't in a past life. All right, I'm going. Let me calm down. Welcome to the You Thought Plot, where I share my crazy theories about movies that you know and love. Let's get into it. I'm fired up. Now, we know Linguini is a man who can't cook. He needed a little jobby job, and he said, well, let me get this little rat chef. Let me get him in my hat so he can control me and I can cook. What do you mean control? Like, how is he controlling you like that with your hair? It doesn't make any sense. But you know what? That's just little old Pixar for ya. Little old Pixar. But why isn't anyone questioning it? One thing about me is I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out how this is happening. No, because like literally, how does this actually work? Well, let me tell you why. We actually have to first look at a different movie. We're gonna go to Shrek. We're gonna go to Pinocchio in Shrek, Who Wants to Be a Real Boy. In the second movie of Shrek, Pinocchio experiences being a real boy for, a couple seconds at the end of the movie. Now another character, Rumpelstiltskins, hated him, but in this theory, he's kind of important. In Shrek Ever After, Rumpelstiltskin asks Pinocchio if he wanted to be a real boy, and Pinocchio declines. This scene in Shrek Ever After may have actually been before Pinocchio experienced what being a real boy felt like. And I'm sure that whole moment for him became a highlight in his life, and maybe even a core memory. So, what if Pinocchio got desperate after feeling that? It's like an addiction. Like, what if he got addicted to being a real boy? You never know. What if he got so desperate that he decided to sign a contract with Rumpelstiltskin? What if he got so tired of people treating him just like the little puppet that he was and he wanted to be a real boy? And what if he was thinking, well, how bad could this little contract be with Rumpelstiltskin? Of course, he knew there would be some sort of catch. That's what Rumpelstiltskin is known for. But Pinocchio was just so addicted to being a real boy, he was like, I'll do whatever it takes. Now, the contract. Let's get into it. In order for Rumpelstiltskin to make Pinocchio a real boy, he would have to be born into a family, right? So what if in the fine print of Rumpelstiltskin's contract, what if it said that Pinocchio would be placed into an alternate world or dimension, and it just so happened to be in the world of Ratatouille? Now, I know you may be thinking, okay, that's actually kind of crazy. What if Pinocchio was reincarnated into Linguini into the Ratatouille world? That transition could have happened at the same time that Linguini was born. Wait, is his name Linguini or Alfredo? What the heck? Oh, y'all, I've been calling this boy Linguini this whole time. That's his last name. Alfredo. What if Alfredo's was being born and this happened at the same time in the transfer of the contract? Like, what if Pinocchio was signing off that contract as soon as Alfredo was being born? It all makes sense. It all makes sense because it doesn't make sense as to how he's being controlled by his hair. Maybe in the transition, he was still part puppet. But of course, with the transition, it was also probably in the contract, in that little fine print, that Pinocchio would not remember his past life in the Shrek realm. That's probably why Alfredo didn't know that he was being controlled by his hair. But just look at how Alfredo is being controlled and moved. You cannot tell me that he is not a puppet, or you can't tell me that he wasn't a puppet in his past life. I don't see any other explanation as to why he's being controlled by his hair, because that's not something that's regular in that world, right? Or else Alfredo would have known that he could have been controlled by his hair. Make it make sense. But I think I already made it make sense for you. But hey, it's just a theory. But if you like this theory, go ahead and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next theory.